he was face down at the boardroom table.
Ass up.
Yeah.
Face down.
He was getting rimmed in the boardroom.
I have just had such deja vu, it's ridiculous.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I've had such a rimming.
What is a strange compliment?
Like,
I like your veins.
Yeah, like nice collar.
Nice nostrils.
Yeah.
Let me stick my dick in them. Where's the weird girl?
Hello.
Hey, bitch!
She's over here, honey.
She's got a nugget on her head. Welcome to episode 129 of Ghost Huns with me, Hannah Bitchkovsky,
Suzie Priest,
where we get haunted so you don't have to.
Yeah, and we tell
the world's scary ghost stories. We do. If you're new here, why? But welcome.
Welcome to the chaos. I'm still ill as fuck.
You're ill as fuck still.
I'm telling everyone about it.
Yeah, I know, but I completely understand where you're coming from. What you want to do is get home, have a shower, because showers
I've had
are
one
brilliant.
today.
Yeah, but have a shower, put clean. Have you got some really soft jogging bottoms and jumper?
Yeah. I do. And
Get them on.
Everything's fresh. I'm going to actually...
Bra off, hair up.
Hair up. And also I've got new sheets to put on. How nice is that?
Stunning.
I'm going to get into bed with Dracula.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm loving it.
Surround yourself with pillows and
Yeah.
and
And
coziness.
I might even put on like an ambient soundtrack of like
thunder.
Of like
storm.
thunder and like leaves rustling
Yes,
in the wind.
love
And
that.
just fucking
Candles.
set myself a soundscape.
Yeah.
Lecky candles.
Candles on.
Candles.
Let
Yeah.
your mate cook you some dinner.
Oh, she's going to cook me some Cavolo Nero gnocchi
Yes.
with some funnel and sausage. Yeah, it's going to be a wholesome night.
Gorgeous.
Because right now I'm not wholesome.
Do your skincare, get into bed.
I might even put my LED mask on.
Yeah, what a lovely evening that is. I almost
Oh.
wish I was ill.
Well,
The cleaner came yesterday and the flat is so nice.
oh, is it? I love
Yeah,
that.
I'm really looking forward to getting back in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like this morning was really nice, waking up, doing my work on my laptop with a coffee.
How long are you in
surroundings,
London
lovely.
for?
Till Sunday.
That's nice.
Millie and her husband and the babies are coming on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm petrified that someone's going to jump in the Thames,
No.
i.e. Freddie. Yesterday he was like, Mummy, where we're going to London? I go to London now. And she was like, no, we're going to go on Friday. He went, are you coming? And she went, yeah, and Daddy and baby Gus. And he went, no, drop me off.
Such an independent soul.
Drop me off. Just me and Auntie Hannah. Obsessed.
God, you and Freddie on the town.
I know. He's my best little mate. I'm
He's so
absolutely, and
cute.
it's cute now that he can talk to me and be like,
He
"You
can
alright?"
talk, right?
Yeah, he
Like,
proper talks,
yeah,
like
yeah.
sentences.
He's very cute.
He's adorable.
He is adorable.
We went swimming the other day, and he ran up to. He had like his willy out because he's he's 3. I need to make that very clear. And he ran over to the other side of the change room and was talking to these women like with his hands on his hips and just his dick swinging around.
Fuck's sake.
And I was like, Freddie, come over here. You have to put your penis away. And he went, I want to talk to the ladies.
Are they like?
I was like,
"Thanks?"
no, don't worry. I was like, you can't talk to anyone with your penis out.
No,
mate.
you mustn't.
You
You've got to learn that early
You
doors.
mustn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be exciting for London, isn't it? We're going to go on some boats. We're going to go to Shrek Adventure World. We're going on the London Eye. We're going to the Aquarium. We're doing the whole
Oh
thing.
my God.
Yeah. And it was funny because I messaged Adam the other day saying, do you want to go to Shrek Adventureland, London Eye and the Aquarium? And he went, yeah. And I went, I haven't even told you that this is for Freddie. You're just like, yes, please. Take me to
That's
Shrek
really
Adventure
funny.
World. Fuck's sake.
He's like, yeah, this is my perfect day out.
Yeah.
Just
He's
make
like,
me on a
"Never been
roller
on the
coaster and I'm
London
in.
Eye." Oh, God.
Are you excited about doing your show? She's doing a show.
I am, yeah. The shows have been going really well. You know, and you're like, oh, I can do this.
I'm not yawning at this. I'm trying to clear my ears because I'm so ill that I can't even hear.
Yeah, you know, and you feel like, yeah, I can do that. And it's kind of getting easier to write because it's got a bit more shape. But yeah, it's nice. And you're doing yours soon.
Yeah.
And I'm sad I can't come to that one. Are you going to do another one?
I'm going to do 3.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah,
come to at
one
least
in
one and raise the
September.
roof.
Yeah,
Bring the wine. I'm going to lead everyone in like, come on.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to wear a chicken nugget throughout the whole thing,
Love
not
that,
mention it.
Yeah.
I think this was Neil's idea. He said to call it McShow.
That's good. Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, that's great.
So if anyone wants to come and see McShow.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know what the theme is apart from I'm a chicken nugget.
Yeah, I
50 minutes.
absolutely adore that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming, mate.
Yeah,
Don't
everyone
even worry
get pissed.
about
Come and have a. There's no end game in sight apart from just McShow.
that. There doesn't need to be.
No.
McShow will figure itself
Yeah,
out.
it will, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of those cult classic shows. That's like, you see McShow.
You've seen McShow. You've got to
Yeah.
get tickets to McShow.
Yeah, you must. Yeah.
I'm quite pleased with that name.
Yeah, it's good.
Sad I didn't think of it, but I'll take it.
I know someone came up with it. It really annoys me when this happened, but I didn't really know how to go with a joke, and I kind of had a punchline, but I wasn't thrilled with it. And then someone said something, and I went, "That's the best punchline for that joke I've ever heard."
Oh, but
and
that's
then I'm like,
fine.
I know, but it's like, oh fuck, why didn't I think
yeah,
of it?
but like that comes and goes. You'll do that for someone else. Someone will do that
Yes,
for you.
yeah, that's true.
Jokes
Actually,
flow around.
didn't think
the
about the
sphere.
chain.
Yeah, the
Didn't
chain.
think about the chain. Anyway,
Shall
we
I
are
pick a
doing
tarot,
listen,
tarot?
especially today. Big Susie's going to pick the tarot. Yeah. And please just try and feel the heat. Are you really telling me that you can't feel the heat coming off the tarot? Can you not feel that? And someone told us it's because it's dirty. That is so weird. I wish you could feel what I could feel. Yeah? Oh, that way up.
Yeah, and it's the Fool.
Oh, she's just talking about McShow.
Oh my God.
That's good.
That's good for McShow, isn't it?
That is good for McShow, yeah.
Wow, I just got a fucking electric shock
Off the card?
off this.
Oh, right.
What does that
The
mean?
Fool.
Spotify, why are you...
Somebody once said, like a comedian was like, yeah, I've got a tarot card necklace 'cause it's got the Fool on it. And I was like,
Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
on the nose.
Yeah, no, I have the... Actually, what am I wearing? Oh. The sun.
Oh, I love that
Yeah, a
one.
bit of sunshine.
Which one have I got?
It's from Amazon. Everyone get it. It's only like £8.
I got that fucking one that's massive. I look like Mr. T.
What?
I can't wear it. It's about this big.
Oh, no, that's...
I can't wear that.
That's a...
But when
no.
it turned up, I went, you taking the fucking
Yeah, look,
piss?
it's
Yeah,
nice.
I've got one like...
You wanted to mule.
I have got that one, but I don't think I've got the sun. I think
Magician?
I've got... No. It's mine, the sun, actually. I'm going to have to find
nice.
out.
I like the colours.
Yeah, that's why I think... No, it's not. I don't know which one it is. The Fool in tarot symbolises new beginnings, innocent in the embrace of the unknown. It represents a fresh start. Oh, not sure about that.
I think it's going to be my fresh show, isn't it?
A willingness to take risks and a belief in the unfolding of life's journey. The Fool encourages optimism, trust in the universe, and a childlike sense of wonder.
Wow.
That's good.
Oh, guys, you got to get a ticket.
Get a ticket to McShow.
And your show.
And my show, my Edinburgh show, please. Yeah, you're going to have to come to Edinburgh for mine.
I think that's a really good one to kick off this
That's
episode.
great.
Yeah.
I love that. Have you got a listener special for me?
So this is listener speshy, because as you know, you're haunted to fuck.
You're all haunted to fuck.
So why not just get into some of your stories? Right, this is from M. Hi, Hannah and Suzie. Ooh, wrong way round. So I'll go on to the next one. Ooh.
Awkward.
Awkward. I've been listening to the podcast since the very beginning, and I wanted to
Good for
thank you
you.
both for getting me through my work days. I'm a trainee solicitor who currently works full-time while completing her solicitor's qualifying exam.
What the fuck
And-
is that noise?
My leg. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh my
I'm like
God.
wagging my tail.
It sounds like it's coming from there. That's what's weird. Yeah.
Because I was
that
kicking.
Was terrifying.
Yeah, soz. Master's degree at university, so popping my AirPods in and listening to your podcast really helps me get through the day. The reason I mention my work is because the creepy story I want to tell you takes place in a law firm that I used to work in.
Oh, lovely.
And I hope you enjoy.
I'm sure we will.
I hadn't long left university, so I was shocked when a law firm agreed to take me on as a paralegal. The shock soon turned into dread when I was told I would be placed into the conveyancing department. We were coming out of COVID and given the stamp duty holiday, therefore everyone and their mother were buying properties. After a morning of being constantly shouted at by clients, I went down to our lounge to eat a chicken and mushroom pot noodle for my lunch. For context, one of our toilets hadn't been flushing the day before and a plumber had come in to fix the problem. So when I came downstairs and heard whistling coming from the toilet, I wasn't shocked as I presumed it was continuing to be
You look
fixed.
so angry at yourself.
I'm pissed off. I'm a silly bitch. Continuing to be fixed. I was dying for a wee, so I used the other toilet and then proceeded to make my way into the kitchen to boil the kettle for my pot noodle.
Last night, when we were at the boat show, we saw Zach, who works at our agency. And as I went to the toilet, I just walked past him and I went, I'm going for a big piss.
Wow. And he's like, oh, thanks, guys.
He was just like,
yeah,
oh,
cheers.
enjoy yourself. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, he probably doesn't miss.
We are. I
working.
think I might be clinically insane.
I'm mental.
Like not even in an
Cuckoo.
acute way. In
Just-
like I could be one of those cunts. You know the ones that we talk about,
Mm.
and they're like, they're just fucking idiot. They're like, fucking
No,
off
I
their
think
head.
we're more aware than
Do you
that.
think so?
Yeah.
Because I worried after that. I was like,
No.
oh, if I lost
No,
my
there
fucking
were
head,
enough mad.
I've lost my picnic basket.
Yeah, you have, but in a fun way. I pushed myself up onto the worktop and scrolled through my phone. Who's calling me? That's me saying that. Someone's calling me.
Oh right. Who is it?
I don't know.
Answer it,
just
answer it,
says
answer it,
incoming
answer it.
call. Really?
Answer it. Yes.
Hello?
Loudspeaker.
Hello? Oh, I haven't swiped. Hello? Yes, it is.
She's so surprised that she just won the postcode lottery.
Oh, the remove spray foam people.
Susie's getting some spray foam in. This is gold.
No, so the spray foam. I would have called you about that.
Absolute gold.
About it was about an attic that for a property that actually fell through.
Keep this in, Tim. It's gold.
Yeah, fell through in the end because the whole building was melting. So spray foam was the least of my worries, actually.
And you're on a podcast.
Yeah. So I have to say, spray foam. Yeah, I had
Not
to deal with the
needed.
melting bricks.
Yeah, not needed. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, I understand. No, I take it.
No, unfortunately not. But I appreciate you appreciate you checking back in though. No worries. All right,
Do you
well,
wanna be
have
on
a lovely
podcast?
day.
Have you got a ghost story?
He literally just hung up. He went blinding phone
Well-
call and hung up.
How long has that fucking taken them to get back to you with that?
Well, I know.
That was ages
That
ago.
was a while ago.
That's good. That was really funny.
Are we keeping that in?
Yeah, of course.
Wow. Did
And
you
I
hear
want,
him
I
laughing?
want it. Ba 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 ba.
Did
ba,
you
ba.
hear him laughing on
No,
that?
what about? Because you were like the
He was
building.
pissing himself. It was like blinding phone call and then hung up.
How is that what
Without
it says?
even, yeah.
Cheers.
Without even saying
I think he
goodbye.
was being like, oh great, I haven't got any fucking business.
Yeah. Right. Sorry about this, Em. So she's dying for a wee. So I used the other toilet and then proceeded to make my way into the kitchen to boil the kettle for my pot noodle. I pushed myself
Love a
up
pot noodle,
on
chicken and mush, obviously.
Yeah, chicken mush.
Obviously, beef and tomatoes.
I
too
like
watery.
that yellow pot one.
the curry one.
No, it's not pot noodle. It's a noodle pot. It's black and it's got a yellow pot on it, yellow lid.
Oh, like an Itsu one.
It's not even Itsu. It's like Yoba or something.
Oh,
It's
I don't
really
like
good.
those.
Oh,
I think they're rank.
Amazing.
I think they're disgusting.
Okay.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Okay. I pushed myself up onto the worktop and scrolled through my phone. It was a rainy October afternoon, and the rain was hammering on the kitchen windows. The kettle finished boiling and disturbed me from whatever I was looking at on my phone. As I shoved myself off from the counter and reached for the kettle, I heard the plumber open the toilet door and exit out of the side door. I gave my pot noodle a stir, headed back into the lounge, where I plonked my bum down on the sofa. Just as I started to watch a YouTube video on my phone, the outside kitchen door swung open and the whistling began. Great, the plumber's back. The lounge and the kitchen are separate rooms and you can't see into one another, but I didn't want to be rude by blaring my video out loud, so I turned it off and I pulled my book out. Quarter of an hour had passed and he hadn't stopped whistling. It's really starting to piss me off. He could hear me in the other room, and granted he didn't know I was trying to read, but he could still be quieter, I thought to myself. Then I heard the safe door opening. If you aren't sure what I mean, in law firms, there are usually huge fireproof safes that deeds and wills are stored in.
Oh.
They have obnoxiously heavy doors and smell like shit.
Why?
I don't know.
Someone had a big shit in there.
Yeah. I wanted to know why he was moving the safe door. He had no business rooting around in there. I rose from my seat and began making my way into the kitchen. I was going to grab a glass of water so I could see what he was doing, but as I entered the room, I saw the outside kitchen door shut. But what I saw very much confused me. If the plumber was going in and out, why were there no wet footprints? It was pissing it down outside. The floor should be sodding.
Salty?
She's put here, the floor should be sodding wet. I've never heard that.
Oh, sodding wet, yeah.
Oh, really? Sodding?
Yeah.
I thought it was sopping.
Oh,
Is
no.
it sopping?
It should be sopping, but there's also like, you've been like sodding as a like fucking.
Oh. Oh, is it like it's fucking
So
wet?
it could be, yeah, it's sodding wet.
Oh,
but it also
right.
could be sopping wet.
Oh, we'll never know.
Please let us know.
Please update us.
Sopping or sodding? Wet or sodomy? Wet or up the ass? Up the ass or moist?
Fuck. Help, please, anyone.
Do you know the phrase, the word naff?
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
No.
It was like it's a anagram for not available for fucking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, true story.
I think it's in a gay dictionary.
Maybe
Is
it's
it
that
a gay thing?
naff.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah.
He's naff.
Any of our lovely gay listeners, let us know if we've made a slur.
Yeah, we could have slurred.
We could have slurred.
We will slur if
do
we're
that
not
from time to
educated.
time, but not intentionally. Just
Never
ignorance.
intentionally.
Okay. Right. So if the plumber was going in and out, why were there no wet footprints? It was pissing it down outside. The floor should be sopping wet. I shook off my concern and told myself that he'd obviously cleaned up after himself. Still, so I was slightly confused and I headed back to the lounge where I was met with two of my colleagues returning from their lunch break. They had a coat over their heads to protect them from the rain and were laughing about the strange man that lurked across the road.
Oh dear.
He looked like Fatboy Slim and loved shouting strange compliments at us.
What is a strange compliment?
Like,
I like your veins.
yeah, like nice collar.
Nice nostrils.
Yeah.
Let me stick my dick in them.
They saw the bewildered look on my face and asked me if I was okay. I explained that the plumber had been annoying me while I was trying to eat my pot noodle by constantly whistling and that I'd gone through to the kitchen to have a nosy at what he was doing, and I heard the safe door open, but he left before I had the chance. My colleagues dropped the coat on the floor. One of them sheepishly said, "The plumber came yesterday." My heart was pounding out my chest. I responded with a sharp, "No." I realised how rude I sounded and tried to recover by explaining everything to them, but they just looked at each other and then back at me. They told me to follow them upstairs. Now I was freaking out. Our building had quite a few stairs, and while I made my way up them, I was questioning why we were calling the police. There was obviously an intruder. Granted, I hadn't seen anyone, but I did hear someone. The law firm I worked for had several offices, but luckily this office only had women working it, and I know an irritating man when I hear one. Preach. We finally reached another one of our colleagues' offices. She was quite a bit older than the rest of us, and she'd worked there the longest. She started working in the building as an office junior with another law firm, but when the law firm I currently worked for bought them out, she continued working there. I can't speak today. When she saw the three of us stood in her doorway, she asked why we looked so sheepish. My two colleagues then told her that I had heard the whistling. Her face dropped. I opened my mouth to say something, but nothing came out. She looked at me and said she was going to tell me a story and told me not to freak out. Apparently, when the other law firm were operating in our building and she was an office junior, there was a partner who took a meeting in the boardroom. The meeting concluded and the partner went back in to collect his items.
Took it up the ass in the boardroom.
He took it up his asshole in the rain.
Took it up his asshole.
The way you whispered that and just kept still. The meeting...
There's nothing wrong with taking up the asshole, Suzie.
It's wrong. Should be banned. Wow. When I shouted Free P. Diddy the other day, someone on YouTube went, "Don't say everything that comes into your head."
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't hear you. When did you say that?
I have to stress that was a joke.
When did you say Free P.
I just shouted it.
When? And what?
When we
an
were in that
episode?
studio.
Well, I don't even
On the
remember
main
that.
pod, yeah.
I've got full dementia.
Yeah, and I was like, the fact that someone picked up on it as if I actually
Don't
was
say
like,
everything
"Guys,
that
can we
comes into your head."
please
Yeah,
free
yeah.
him?" I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, let the poor man out.
Yeah, and then you called him a sex offender and I agreed, but I think that bit went
Just
unnoticed.
to clarify, P. Diddy's a sex offender. We don't want to free him. We do think the ass is fine
Yeah.
and acceptable. And
Do we
trans
have to-
rights,
Our human rights.
please.
Yeah.
Please.
Fuck me. Right. Okay.
You just have to clarify sometimes. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get my ears
Oh,
to
you've
work.
got an ear. Why don't you do that?
I hate doing that because sometimes it hurts.
Hurts, yeah.
Yeah.
Big sneeze.
The meeting
Do you want me
concluded.
to tickle your nostrils?
No. The meeting concluded. Spitting on that. Whoever comes in next is getting riddled.
Yeah.
The meeting concluded and the partner went back in to collect his items, but quite a while had passed and he hasn't come back out of the boardroom. His secretary went in to look for him, but what she saw horrified her.
Oh, dear.
He was face down at the boardroom table.
Ass up.
Yeah.
Face
he
down.
was getting rimmed in the boardroom.
I have just had such deja vu. It's
thought-
ridiculous.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I've had such a rimming.
I've had the rimming of my life.
Oh,
I just don't know why anyone would want to be rimmed. I'm
I
sorry.
agree, I
I
agree.
just don't understand it.
well, every time we used to say this at our live show, more than one, at least someone in the audience would be like, oh, it's great, give it a
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, but as I've said before, it's like when you don't have any toilet roll and you wipe your ass with a wet wipe.
Don't go on about the sack of shit again, because I can't hear that. Can I carry on? It's about
Yes,
to end. The
yes.
story's literally a paragraph away from the end. The ADHD in this episode is off the
Some of the
fucking
people are like,
chain.
can we just get through a
Yeah,
story?
we've lost about, I would say, honestly, about 400 listeners on this episode alone. And if you're still here, you have to question yourself.
Yeah. But we love you.
His secretary went in to look for him, but what she saw horrified her. He was face down at the boardroom table. It was later discovered he had a heart attack and died. My colleague said that he used to walk around the office whistling, and I wasn't the first person to hear him still roaming the building. This all happened in 2021, and it still gives me chills when I think about it. Imagine working in the afterlife. I feel sorry for him. I hope he's at peace and not just stuck working for the rest of eternity. Kind regards, M. Please keep my name and law firm anonymous, because she's using her current work email. So I shouldn't. I haven't said it. Anyway, thanks, M.
Oh my God, that was good.
Yeah. Sorry about all the women that
Creepy.
crept in.
Creepy.
Have you got a cow
You
for me?
are going to fucking love this.
Why?
Well, you'll see.
Why? Is it about beavers?
It's not.
Is it about?
But I think you're going to enjoy this.
Is it about?
When I found it, I was like, I'm going to do this
monkeys?
before Suze does it because I want you to enjoy it.
Okay. Can I actually like shut my eyes?
Yeah, you just want to go to bed.
Oh no, but this is not. I get to put my feet. Oh, do you know, put my fucking feet up here.
Yeah, you relax. You'll enjoy this.
Okay. Here we go.
You ready? Hi, Hannah and Suzie, or Suzie and Hannah,
Suzie and Hannah.
whichever you prefer. My name is Aeolian, and I got engaged a few days ago to the man I love. Feel free to use my name. I'd love to hear you try and pronounce it. Lol. I mean,
Aeolian.
Aeolian. Oh, I'm hungry for
How do you
Aeolian.
spell it? And I'll try.
Aeolian. Aeolian.
Aeolian.
Aeolian.
Aeolian.
Please let us know how shit we were at that.
Aeolian.
I don't have a scary story about myself, but I am an author. So I figured I'd write one for you. I chose to write in because the reason my fiance and I are both still together now is because of Ghost Huns.
Aw.
We're both avid listeners of the pod, and whenever we get into fights, we put it all on hold when a new episode comes out. We get so into the pod
my
that we forget that
goodness.
what we were arguing about. People call us weird sometimes for how we can be hot-headed about something, and then someone immediately brings up the
That
pod.
sounds so passionate.
I know, and we immediately cool out and yap endlessly with each other about it. My brother tells everyone that he gets hypnotised by a podcast, and I resent that, but it's kind of true. You two are so funny, and you make two guys happier than we do each other for all extensive purposes. That was a joke, sort of.
Aww.
Sorry from the rambling. Here is the story I promised.
Okay, go on.
Do you think they shagged her?
I'd love that.
Us? Me too.
We're such narcissists that we wouldn't even find that disturbing. We'd be like, thank you.
Can you imagine? Did they say the two guys, if they like it up the ass, they're going to love that previous story?
Enough ass. More story.
Never. I've never been one for pranks. Everyone at school always said I was a boring, cold, no-nonsense person. Truth be told, it was sort of true. I was cold towards people and I took no nonsense, but, I wasn't boring. Far from it. I like to think I was the weird kid because I like to keep to myself and I was intelligent, which dumb boys seem to think made me weird. I didn't like horror or anything scary. As you can imagine, the douchey guys at my school thought that meant they got a free pass to prank me, to try and scare me. Granted, they thought it wouldn't take much. It took much more than they thought. It all started when I felt myself being watched. I was sitting in the library at school after hours. I did that often because my foster mum worked at the school and stayed until 6. Sometimes I'd read the books from the library or do my homework there, but sometimes there were moments like that evening when I couldn't be bothered to do my homework and instead put in my headphones and sketched. I felt the eyes on me immediately. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end and the mechanical pencil in my hand stilled. I paused my music but didn't otherwise let on that I felt the eyes. It was different than those other times. I felt myself being watched. Those eyes weren't tangible, these were. A tapping on the window caught my attention. I saw a crow on the windowsill outside. It was trying to warn me, but I already knew. Not in the mood for this, I started packing up my things, planning to get out of there before whatever was about to happen happened. I slung my messenger bag over my shoulder and held my pencil in my hand. I kept in my headphones, but only I kept in my earphones, but only one to make sure that I could hear around me. As soon as I reached the door to the library, all of the lights turned out. It all happened at once, the sudden change in brightness making me blink my eyes to help them adjust. My hand paused where it was on the door handle and I turned my head. The windows had no blinds, but the sun had almost set, meaning it was reasonably dark in the room, but I could still see. There were noises around, banging and artificial footsteps to try and invoke fear in me. Others might have felt scared in my situation, but I knew that whatever or whoever was out there had more right to be scared of me than me of it. I listened for a moment and heard shuffling and whispers, giggles of the boys that were trying to mess with me with the artificial sounds. A sharp rap on the window, on the window caused my eyes to snap there. A sharp on the window caused my eyes to snap there and one of the boys to let out a yelp, accidentally knocking over whatever had been playing the sounds, causing them to become riddled with static. One of the other boys slapped their hand over the scaredy cat's mouth, the one that made the noise, but I didn't pay them any mind. I was looking at the 4 crows that had gathered on the window. 4 crows, 4 boys. I smiled. One of the crows shuffled away from the others. One of the boys shuffled along the floor. I walked over to one of the shelves and peeked around it, staring at the only boy I could see. He looked terrified. That look in his eyes was one I will never forget. It sent a prickle of excitement up my spine. One of the crows cawed and and the that one sounded like it just zoomed by. Fast crow. And the boy snapped his head over to the window, his eyes also catching me. I smiled. He paled. I beckoned him over and he hesitated, but of course he came over anyway. They always do. They never see the danger in someone like me. Do you not like the birds? I asked, keeping my voice low. The boy shook his head. Sam's something, I thought. I shrugged. They don't like you much either. A flick of my wrist and he was dead. Lying on the floor, expression slack. No longer in horror, but I knew that fear would stay in his eyes for a long time. I pocketed my souvenir. Blood dripped onto the floor. One of the birds flew away. You're making notes.
I'm like,
feedback.
B.
Very good.
Very nice storytelling.
Yeah, aioli, you'll be well excited for this. I'm sorry, it's not aioli. What a fucking piece of shit. I'm so sorry. Can you please let me know how to say it properly so I can stop being an ignorant twat? One of the birds flew away. I brushed off my clothes. I'd done this too many times to get messy, but the dust from the unread books rubbed off on my jacket. I didn't appreciate that, but oh well. 2 of the birds started silently arguing with each other. That was not very fucking silent, is it? I could hear 2 of the boys whisper, yelling to one another. Smiling to myself, I moved closer to the 2 boys. Not a sound coming from any of my movements. I peeked around one of the shelves of books and saw the 2 boys in an argument. One was facing me. James, the other had his back to me. Mason. They were both crouched on the floor. James flicked his eyes up to me, but then they were back on Mason. When he did a double take, I was no longer there, slinking around the shelf to get to the other side. What? Mason asked. James, what are you looking at? I thought I saw... never mind. Where's the weird girl?
Hello.
Hey, bitch!
She's over here, honey.
She's got a nugget on her head.
Ballsack.
Oh, probably cowering. Did you say ballsack?
Some people think it's a ballsack.
Oh, nice.
And I don't like that.
That's good. You look so annoyed about that.
I don't like
just
it.
as if I'd put a ballsack on my head. It's a
Yeah.
nugget.
I once had that on my dating profile. I had the nugget photo.
Yeah.
The amount of men who thought they were funny about being like, is that a ball sack on your head? And I was like, haha, good one.
Blocked.
Yeah, blocked. Deleted, cancelled.
Catfished. I'm going to put you in the Bumble
That's a fucking
ghost
nugget,
town.
you piece of shite crap.
No, it's fine.
The weird girl.
Where's the weird girl? Probably cowering in the corner somewhere, Mason replied, voice uninterested. Hey, shouldn't Luke have gotten the lights back on by now? I crept up behind James, Mason looking down at the floor, unable to see me. I was careful too. People didn't see me if I didn't want them to. Sure, James said. He shifted where he sat. Hey, shouldn't we have heard a scream or something? What do you mean? Mason asked. From the girl? The one we were supposed to... What? Why are you... Urged by the look on Mason's face, James turned his head. He huffed and turned back. Dude, there's nothing there. Why are you looking over there like there's something? Mason shook his head. No, there was. I saw that girl, the weird one. She was there, fucking looking at me. James turned again, but I wasn't there anymore. I was behind Mason. I could be quick when I wanted to. I took Mason from behind. No.
In the boardroom.
I took from Mason like I took from Sam. James unaware of what was going on behind his back. I still don't see her, James sighed. I think you're just seeing shadows. Maybe, I whispered. James jolted and turned around to face me in the dead corpse of his best friend. I spun my mechanical pencil between my fingers. Mason's blood mixed with Sam's and it dripped onto the floor. But then again, maybe not. I grinned and James opened his mouth to scream. I launched at him, silencing him before he could make a sound. I stood up and rearranged my bag. I looked at the windowsill. 2 crows had flown away. Now there was only one. I tilted my head. Where was the last one? If he wasn't in here, the crow wouldn't be there. He was there, he was here, and he was looking at me. He was here, he was looking at me, and he'd been looking at me. Get it?
Yeah.
I turned and my eyes locked on him immediately. He scrambled away behind the shelf and I could hear his footsteps as he ran around the big library, thinking himself safe in the maze of shelves, but I knew my way around. He ran, but I just tilted my head and smiled. Are you afraid? I asked as I began to walk, my voice moving, but he couldn't hear me moving. Go away, Luke yelled. He sounded out of breath. I'm sorry, we never meant to... Meant to what? I asked. Meant to scare me? Because I think that's exactly what you meant to do. You meant to hurt me. I pouted mockingly. You boys are all the same. You always want to hurt us. Look. Luke turned around, looking behind his shoulder. When he looked back in front of him, I was standing there and he stumbled, using his hands to catch himself on the wooden floor. Luke sat up and started shuffling away from me. No, we weren't. It was just supposed to be a harmless prank. I tutted and shook my head. No. There's no such thing as a harmless prank to someone who doesn't like them. Someone who doesn't like scary things because she has a weak heart. Then I laughed. I stepped forward. Luke let out a choked noise of horror. He was crying. Tears streamed down his cheeks. My fingers tightened around my pencil. I don't have a weak heart. I told him. I lied about that. It's easier to get away with things when people think I have a weak heart. My mouth stretched into an inhuman grin, going wider than should be possible. I could feel the corners of my mouth rip at the pressure, blood slipping down my skin. They think I couldn't even imagine what could happen to those poor people. I added a stutter to my words, a hitch to my breath, and Luke paled further, now knowing what stood in front of him was something he never should have fucked with. Leave me alone, Luke whimpered. Please, I won't tell anyone. I grinned wider. Oh, but it wouldn't matter if you did. No one would believe you. You're insane, Luke breathed out. He'd backed up so much that he was against a wall now. Maybe, I whispered, the hand clutching my pencil raised. But who will ever believe that I am? My hand came down and the last crow flew off. I stood depositing my things into my bag, then I turned and I walked out of the room. I washed my hands, brushed the dust off my jacket and walked out of the school, over to where my foster mother was waiting. You took longer than usual, she said, her annoyance in her tone. I shrugged. I just got busy. A crow landed on my shoulder and I stroked it absently. The crow dropped a piece of blue string into my hand and I thanked it. My foster mum, Kate, rolled her eyes. She was used to my love for the birds and their love for me, so she'd stopped commenting on it. Come on, let's go. Kate grabbed my arm and dragged me into the car. I went, the bird nestled comfortably on my shoulder. The next day, everyone at school was talking about the boys that had been murdered in the library. Everyone in town was talking about it. Of course, this was hard on my weak heart, so I got moved to another foster home away from that town. Moving was awful, but I wouldn't miss Kate. She was just another expendable pawn. What was awful about moving was moving my things, moving my beloved trinkets without anyone seeing them. Others weren't allowed to see them, only the crows. They bought me some of my trinkets, actually. After my encounter with the douchebag boys, I had new trinkets to add to my collection. 8 of them. 4 blue, 2 brown and 2 hazel. Did you know that when someone's killed, their eyes hold their expression much longer than the rest of their face? Sure, their eyes go glassy, but that expression is still there. I could see the terror in Luke and James and Sam. I could even see the love in Mason's, the love he held for his best friend. I sighed as I looked at them. Mason loved his best friends, but his own bigotry and the bigotry of others got in the way of it. It didn't make me feel bad for him, it just made his eyes look prettier. I kept them with the others that I loved. I kept them with Luke's because Luke's eyes were filled with the most fear I had ever seen before. Men rarely got scared of girls. I scared them, though. I scare everyone eventually. Does it bother me? No. Because I will forever instill fear in the people who took my best friend from me. And I will make them all fear. Eventually, I found my next target. He was a lovely guy and believed my lies as much as all the others did. He had nice eyes, too. I didn't pay much attention to the rest of him. Hi, he said, expression in awe as he looked at me. I almost snorted. My name's Ben. He held out his hand. I gave him an easy smile and shook his hand. Hi, Ben. My name's Lynn.
Oh
The
my
end!
God!
Lynn's origin story.
Oh my God!
The peeking.
Yeah!
She peeks. I was worried you were going to catch on at that point.
Oh my God! Well, no, I thought of peeking.
Yeah.
So wait, who killed my friend? What happened to Lynn's friend?
Well, we don't know. So if you could send us that in,
yeah,
that'd be great. We need to know what happened to Lynn's
Oh my God!
friend.
I love a Lynn origin
Lynn's
story.
origin story. I thought you'd enjoy that.
Oh,
yeah.
and the eyeballs.
The eyeballs. She's got all the eyeballs.
Guys, if you haven't listened to episode 1,
you've got to go
shouldn't
back and
come
listen
in
to
on the newest ep. Go in on the
one
oldest.
of the most chaotic.
Yeah, it sets the tone.
It does, yeah.
And then you'll understand our mascot, Lynn.
Wasn't that good? I thought that was really well written.
Aeolian.
Yeah.
Aeolian. Absolutely adored that.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that.
And
as well.
crows and oh yeah.
Gorgeous crows.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's really weird that you did a thing about like a prank.
Oh, have you
because
got one
I've
about
got a few
prank?
stories that are prank based.
Oh, love a prank
yeah.
story.
This is from Matt.
Oh, thanks, Matt.
In my late teens, some 20 plus years ago, I had a weekend job working as a kitchen hand in a local care home just a few miles north of Liverpool.
Lovely.
The care home was an impressive historic building, both inside and out. It was alleged to have been the home of an old sea captain. When I think back, it kind of reminded me of the Cluedo mansion, and yes, it came with its own creepy basement.
Oh, nice.
The job was mundane, and the 30-plus residents rarely deviated from their usual food orders. As the weeks passed by, the cook and I struck up a great friendship, and to pass the time during our shifts, we loved nothing more than to prank the nurses and other care workers. One day, we had this great idea to up our prank game on the care workers. I was to hide in the kitchen storeroom, which was situated in the basement, yeah, that creepy one I told you about earlier. To add extra effect to the prank, the cook. The cook would lock me inside and turn out the lights. The way our victim would never suspect that anybody was in there waiting for them. All was going to plan. The door was locked, lights were out, and I lay in wait. With no windows, the storeroom was pitch black, and in the darkness, my senses became heightened. A few minutes went by, at which point I swore I heard movement. It sounded like the shuffling of feet. I froze. My rational mind figured I'd been set up by the cook and someone had been hiding in the stalls waiting for me. The prankster had been pranked. Very funny,
Yeah.
I said aloud. From out the darkness came an audible chuckle. It sounded masculine. It was probably Brian who was on shift that morning, I thought.
Brian.
How long do you think she's going to keep us locked down here? I asked, thinking that the ultimate prank would be to leave Brian and I locked in the darkness for 30 minutes. I suddenly heard what sounded like food cans fall from a shelf onto the floor. Be careful, I said. I'm
Such a sassy cunt.
sorry for this horrible Liverpudlian accent. Be careful, I said. There were also dishes and plates on those shelves, and I was worried Brian might break something and then I'd be tasked with cleaning up the mess. At that moment, the familiar footsteps of the cook loudly clip-clopped down the stairs and into the basement. The key entered the lock of the door, which then quickly swung open as the light fled to life. They're all busy. I couldn't find anyone to come down here, she explained with the light.
What the fuck can you do? What the fuck?
They're all busy. I couldn't find anyone to come down here, she explained. With the lights now fully on, I looked round to see that nobody else was in the room with me, and that several cans of food had been strewn across the floor. Thereafter, it would fill me with dread if I ever had to retrieve supplies from that room.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, for me, was a frequent task.
I love a tin of food.
That's from Matt.
Ah.
Thanks, Matt. The prank goes wrong.
Spooky. The pranks always fucking go wrong.
Yeah, but imagine
always.
locked in the dark in a basement and you hear someone else being like,
Prank.
grim.
Thank you, Matt from Liverpool.
Lovely little, I don't even know if Matt, I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, that he is from Liverpool.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Otherwise,
Does seem that
that's,
way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Would you like another?
Yeah.
Fucking fine.
Yeah. I was actually, yeah.
Hi, Suzie and Hannah. It's fucking not that.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Yes, you can use my name. My name is Samantha.
Oh, Samantha.
I want to start off by saying I love your podcast so much that I talk about it to my friends and my clients. I'm a hairdresser. Thank you. I listen to you guys on my commute to work every Friday, and if I miss it, then I just wait till I'm at home and cooking. I'm from USA, North Carolina. I'd love to go, you know. Oh my God, Samantha, I can't believe I picked this. You better bitch.
Yay, Samantha.
I'm from USA, North Carolina to be exact, and just FYI, Susie's southern accent is hysterical. It's meant to be hysterical.
I'm from South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. My name's
Hannah,
Samantha.
I love you, and I'm so sorry, but I hate your cow intro.
Oh, what? Samantha's getting into
I vote
it.
the creep of the week knock off back. But I know you hate it, so come up with something new.
Creep of the week. Samantha doesn't fuck about, does she?
Listen, I kind of...
She's a truth teller.
I wanted to mentally punch you in the face, but now I think you're quite a cool chick, actually.
Yeah, I enjoy the brazen honesty.
Yeah, just come up with something new,
well,
guys.
if you don't fucking like it, come up with
something
something else, because I
new.
fucking hate the new
I did,
one.
and you hated that.
Creep of the week.
Backstory. No, I'm joking, Samantha, you're
Creep
brilliant.
of the week.
Cow.
Creep of the week. Creep of the week. Creep of the week.
In our small town, we have... Oh, she says, do I have a story for you guys? In our small town, we have a hotel that is no longer open to the public. VANCE Hotel is a 6-storey, 85-room hotel that opened in 1922 and closed sometime in the 70s. It had a restaurant and bar on the ground floor along with a swimming pool indoors that was closed off. It was said to be the height of luxury during that time frame. It's also been in Hollywood and was in the movie Leatherheads from the 1970s, starring George Clooney. Ronald Reagan also stayed in the hotel during the 1980 elections. It's quite the sassy little celebrity hotel.
Jesus Christ.
Hotel.
Wow.
During this time, there was a little girl by the name of Arlene Mitchell. I know that name. Who went swimming in the pool. Maybe I've heard of this.
Arlene.
By the name of Arlene Mitchell, who went swimming in the pool at this hotel with her parents and drowned. It's said that you can see a small girl in a white dress with long brown hair dripping wet roaming the halls. However, there is zero record of this girl drowning in the pool or bathrooms of the hotel. Sometime around 2017 to 2018, I was working for a woman who was able to have the permission to go into this hotel to have a photo shoot for her hair models for the One Shot Hair Awards competition. There were several girls with her along with myself, her apprentice. I took many photos of the hotel once we got inside that I unfortunately have lost through the years. In the photos, you can see all sorts of mists and shadows and weird faces in corners. I do, however, have a recording that I've saved that has 100% freaked me out to this day. We just finished up in the pool, and yes, we do have it. We just finished up in the pool area taking pictures of the models. We were walking back through the hallways to the front of the hotel. You can hear the difference of the echo when we make it into this tiny room. Mind you, this hotel hasn't been up and running for 40-some years. No water, no electricity. There was one lamp on the back of the room that we were walking through, and at 1:19 you can hear a little girl giggling right before I say, there's a random light on over there. To this day, I cannot explain it. I've never heard it when we were walking through the room. We had no toys with us. There was absolutely zero toys. Why would there be? It's completely unexplainable. I hope this makes it to the podcast. I love you guys. Thank you so much. So shall we try it?
Let's hear it.
Right, I'm going to skip to 1 minute. Right, here we go. 1 minute 12.
There's a random light on over there. Yeah, there were some lights on in here. I was like...
I heard it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
That was clear as fucking day.
Wait, hold on.
Where's high heels? Okay.
Shall I put this on?
Go back.
I am.
No light, right?
Coming up. Oh, no. Right.
What about the sharing of the station at all? Oh, yeah, it's fine. She just texted me. We're supposed to meet on it. Gotcha. There's a random light.
Oh, my God, that was rank.
Yeah.
It's just before that, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to do one. I'm just going to do one more time.
Yeah, heard that.
Gotcha. There's a random light.
That's
What
really...
the fuck? That is giving me chills.
That's horrific.
Oh my God, Samantha!
Samantha, you sent us in an actual haunting.
Susie wants a compliment on her
I'm not even
accent.
sure that's her accent.
North Carolina, I think, isn't
North-
as it's not as southern as the Southern.
North Carolina.
It's not like going with the wind.
Carolina.
It's a bit like I think it's like North Carolina.
North Carolina. They speak like that.
It's not like
Fuck me. That's
gone with the
horrible.
wind. Yeah, it's rank.
Wow. We've got evidence.
That's good.
We've got
actual
actual
evidence.
evidence.
Fucking rank.
Would
Thank
you
you,
like-
Samantha.
Would you like one last listen?
Yeah, give us a little one, eh? Give us a little one.
I'll
Why
tell
the
you
fuck
what,
not?
this is another pranky.
I do love a prank, and I like the
Yeah.
evidence. If anyone has evidence, can you send it to us, please? And and put it in the subject line.
Ooh.
Cow, 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 cow. Evidence.
This is unfortunate because it's titled Hello Hannah and Suzie again. So
Oh.
you do have to work on that,
It's
guys,
good
but that's
that
okay.
we have people who know what's what. Who are you
Right.
more scared of, me or Susie?
Me, because I'm a bit more unhinged.
You have
Yeah.
got such an unhinged vibe
yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah.
You like this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, be more worried about me. This is from Lou. Hello, Hannah and Suzie. I've been a fan of the pod since episode 47. Well, you should go back and...
Yeah. Hang
One-
on,
one
what do
to
you mean?
46
Your
are
hate is
bangers.
1 to 46.
So, listen, Lou. Well, I'm
No, we're
sure
just
since
kidding.
the time you sent this, you've gone back.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought I would send the story in. First, some background. My name is Lewis, and I was brought up by my grandmother, or Nana, as we say in the North. She died recently, 2 years ago, from a stroke. She was a prankster at heart and always looked to give someone a good laugh at the end of the
I wonder
day.
if it's Nana or Nana. Because
Nana.
I do Nana.
Nana. She would be the person to chase you around with a spider or hide round the corner to scare the shit out of
Fucking
you.
hell.
This story happened in December 2024. It was Boxing Day, and we'd just come back from a family party. Most of it was fun, but some of it was depressing. People tend to say it gets easier, but grief still had its hold on you in the holidays. We were all gathered around and talking about the many adventures and scandals that my nan had always found herself in. Once the party had started dying down and everyone was heading home, I decided I wanted a snack before bedtime. I popped into my mother's bedroom and said my goodnight. Once in the kitchen, I grabbed some pieces of bacon and shoved them in the air fryer. Whilst I was cutting my bread, something felt off. Like the room had somehow gone cold, despite the heating being on. Through the corner of my eye, I saw something. A figure, right next to the back door. Short and quite chubby. A figure both my mum and Nana had shared. I heard the door handle unlatch, and I shrug it off, thinking it was my mother going outside for a late-night fag, as she always tends to do. It's almost a nightly ritual. So I turned round, jokingly, to mock her for her smoking habits. Looking outside, I see no one there. I shout, if you're going to smoke that, at least close the door so you don't kill me too.
Yeah.
I have asthma, so I jokingly remind her to keep a distance from me when she smokes. Then I hear a shout coming from the bedroom upstairs, asking me who I'm talking to.
Oh, no.
If my mum just responded, then who the hell did I see walk outside?
Oh.
I walk outside, bread knife in hand, in case it was an intruder,
Yeah.
not my brightest thought.
Serrated edge.
And I look around the tiny garden. The back gate was locked shut, hatch and everything. The light had shown nobody outside. Weird. I walk back inside and the realisation hits me. I'm not a typical believer of ghosts. I believe everything has an explanation, but a door unlatching on its own whilst I'm alone in the kitchen could only, in my mind at least, mean that it was a ghost. I physically saw someone move in the corner of my eye to unlock the door, someone who looked like my mum. I sat there in the kitchen, realising that I'd probably seen my nana. When that was all over with, I got my bacon out the air fryer after realising I left it in too long, being too scared about something outside. So if it was my nana, she's probably out there laughing her ass off about how she scared me to death to the point where it ruined a meal.
Aww.
I miss her almost daily pranks, and the family has never felt the same since. I'm glad that she's still being a nuisance, even from beyond the grave. So for Nana Christine, if they have podcasts in heaven, just so you know, I'm plotting my revenge when I get up there. Not the usually scary type of story, but it was definitely scary for me at the time. Thank you both so much for doing the podcast. It's genuinely gotten me through the darkest times, Lou.
Oh, I love that story.
cute,
That's really
isn't it?
nice. Oh,
A little pranky.
Nana Christine.
She's fucking his bacon up.
My nana used to do that. Just like
What,
play
pranks?
pranks. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
She was a bit of a
Bit of a prankster.
yeah. Yeah, did I tell you about when my granddad had chickens and they never laid any eggs and he was really annoyed. So she like went and bought loads from the shop and put them in, but they like had the lion's mark on. So he was like, "Look," and she was like, "All right, dickhead, have a look on the fucking." And he was like, "You fucking bitch."
Oh,
I think that's really funny.
that.
Shall we do a We Get Haunted?
Yes,
So you
please.
don't have to,
We get
as
help,
per usual.
so no one else
It is
has.
going to be up to you, okay? So we're going to lock you in a box.
Could we just give me some vitamins?
I'll give you some vitamins, but I am going to lock you in a box as
Okay,
well.
yeah.
I am supposed to kind of do this to you, but I don't want to come anywhere near you.
I feel like I'm locked in a box right now. You don't have to do anything.
Sit
to
up
me.
straight, and it says the other person boxes in your head with their hands, but I'm not going
No,
to do
don't
that. But you do it to
I'm
yourself.
riddled. Yeah, yeah.
So box like a mime. Like that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Big fish, little fish, and all that shit. Now I have to tell you that you only have 10 to keep doing that. You have 10 seconds of air left. You're going to die, by the way, in 10 seconds. It's getting harder to breathe. Keep boxing yourself in. Keep boxing yourself in. It's just getting harder for you to breathe because you've got the common cold.
Breathe. I'm literally like...
But in 10 seconds, you're going to pass out and die. 1. Keep boxing. 2. Box yourself in, bitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you feel like it's hard to breathe?
Yeah.
Is that because of your cold?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you.
us.
Oh my God. I'm out the box.
She's back in the room.
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
And if you want any more, you know where to go. www.patreon.com for bonus episodes, Ghost Hunts, and Huns After Dark, Agony Huns, where we solve everyone's problems. We'll see you over there. Bye.